Hi everybody, so we'll just quickly go over the markets today, what happened and all that. So in the ES, you had this change of behavior here, and that set up the pullback, this rally. How do you know it's the biggest than 3.5, 3.5 times average up volume, set up the pullback. This was the biggest in 14 waves, set up the pullback here. Set up the pullback and then went up. It was I think a little bit more than 100% extension, and then after that it puked all the way back, tested this area. It worked because there's a lot of volume here, and then it rallied to take out the high. Beside that, at the time there was a change of behavior here, which was biggest in 17 up waves, as you can see in the bottom indicator. That pulled back, test, finally did a rally, pulled back, test, and then took out the high. Now I don't know what's going to happen, because after it took out the high, there was some selling, and then it retested and just couldn't do anything. So it might just go back into a downtrend. Besides that, on gold, there was a change of behavior here, biggest in biggest in 12 up waves, with the 3 times average up volume. So I knew that this was, and I knew it because over here there was just too much volume building up. I could tell by these bars over here that there was a lot of volume building up. So it was a no-brainer that this was a change of behavior after the accumulation area. It tested and now it's going. I don't know where it's going to go. All I know is that this trend channel broke with this heavy volume coming, and there was this shortening of the thrust. How do you know it's not going down to the bottom of the channel? From low to low to low is decreasing. You can see from this low to this low to this low, decreasing, retest, reaccumulate right here, rally to break this trend line with a higher high, confirmation, pull back to test, spring while testing this creek area and going into execution. So I mean, it's a no-brainer. Only problem that, it didn't come back to test the extreme lows. So that's the problem with gold. Gold and oil have a tendency of coming back and test the extreme lows, which they consider support before the change of behavior, which is this area right here. So you have to think twice about whether you're going to get in here or you're going to look for an entry here. And either, if you're going to look for an entry here, you would have missed this. If you look for the entry on the test of this creek area, this high becoming support, then you would have gotten it. Right? So it's just a matter of understanding, what to do in either case. Or you could just say, forget it, if it comes down here, I'll buy, otherwise if it doesn't, I'll just let it go. It's up to you how you want to execute. All right, oh boy, I think this might be setting up, but I don't want to do it right now. Oh boy. Ooh. That's the biggest change up wave in 21 waves right there, with 2.1 times average up volume, 1 test, 2 test, 3 test, 4. Not a bad the low risk trade would be to take it here, put the stop right below this low. This is pretty strong. I mean, I haven't looked into it in the background yet, and I don't want to take it at night. I'm already in something else, so there's no point to trade everything. Alright, Euro. Euro, where was the trade? Oh, it was right here. Now, I don't know how far this is going to go, but, excuse me, this area here, this area, you see this like inverse head and shoulder thing? This area built up a lot of volume. And basically they're reaccumulating because someone took out this stop. This stop here was taken. They accumulated below this area here, and then they rallied it, giving a pullback. However, the rally after this pullback is really shitty. So I don't know when it's going to go higher or if it's going to go any higher, but the entry here led to a move here intraday. So it's very little movement. And generally, I don't like stuff like that, because I don't want to wait. You know, there's no point in waiting all day. Just might as well just leave it and be like, whatever happens, happens. All right. What's going on here? I'm not looking to trade at night, so there's no point. But here was a trade. So last night, the buying came in. This is the preliminary buying in soybean. So preliminary buying in soybean came in, but it wasn't strong enough to break out of the channel, of this channel, this downtrending channel. I wanted to make a higher high and all of that, but I knew this is buying. Why? Because biggest volume in 21 waves, but it's not the biggest in terms of price distance. It's the biggest in terms of price volume. So, the idea is not to buy at that time because A, there's no liquidity. B, they might just be reaccumulating, and I think that's what was going on. Just accumulating or pre-accumulating, which is, buying before the sign of strength. So in the morning, it pushed down. This, I believe, is some type of shakeout. Why? Because look what happened after. The real sign of strength was right here. This is only on 2.7 times average up volume, but it's the biggest in 22 up waves. 22 up waves. So said, oh, this is it. This right here was preliminary accumulation. This is the shakeout. This is the sign of strength, and this is the higher high. All right, right there. And now they pull back one, pull back two into this area. This area is a little bit of support. There's additional accumulation that occurred right here. The initial accumulation occurred here, and there's some more that's occurring here, and I think over here. So right here is the break of this area. This bar is the biggest in 18 bars. 18 bars. So this going up, down right here. This is some sideways accumulation, and then pop, leading to this move. After that, they pulled back to retest that area, and overnight, meaning not maybe like an hour ago, they had this pullback and thrust. Now I also looked at these shallow pullbacks, and then this final effortful move. That was how I knew it was effort, is because this wave has more volume than this wave, but it has less distance. So more volume, less distance, effort. More volume, less distance, effort. And then now look at this shit. Just someone's buying at overnight. So after the US session, you can tell they're reaccumulating, and then crack, crack, crack. So now this has a real chance of, if it takes out this high, and it looks like it's going to, because this has ease of movement, it can rally. So everything is aligned. The preliminary buying, the change of behavior buying, the accumulation here and here, then the 1, 2, 3 tests, the pullbacks, the little higher high, test almost extreme low, reversal, takes out one high right here. So we'll see if it's set up to go higher. All right, that's the bottom line. It's set up to go higher, and that's all you can do. Now you have to let the other buyers step in to take price higher. All right, so we just look for this breakout, and if it does, then it's getting ready to go higher. Also, this was at a very nice demand level, which is what sparked my interest. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been interested in it at all, because I cannot tell if it's just random without additional indications. One being level, two being accumulation or distribution in the background. If it was bearish, bullish, accumulation in the background, and it's there. I could tell. So this, I think, is set up. Is there anything else I'm looking at? I mean, not right now. All right. This thing is something I'll take a look at in the morning, because something's going on here in copper. You don't just have biggest in 21 volume. I'm not sure about the level though. This is interesting also. What the hell? What were they doing here? Were they initial accumulation, shakeout, reaccumulation to go higher? That's a possibility, but I'd have to examine this a little bit more. All right, folks, that's all I got. Yeah, I'm using this layout because it's just easier for me to quickly go over the markets. All right, thank you. Have a good night. Bye.